Understanding and supporting young children. When kids self-explore their bodies. Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a topic that many parents, teachers, or caregivers might have encountered but often feel hesitant or unsure about how to handle. It's the moment when we notice young children, those tiny preschoolers, engaging in behaviors of self-exploration that adults might label as masturbation. Perhaps you've felt confused, worried, or even embarrassed on their behalf. But through today's discussion, I hope you'll find peace of mind, understanding, and a gentle, loving way to support your child. This sharing will cover 3 main points that I believe will help you see the issue more clearly. First, we'll understand that this behavior in children isn't something scary or abnormal. Next, I'll share real life stories from teachers and caregivers so you know you're not alone in this. And finally, we'll explore thoughtful ways to respond, helping your child grow comfortably while preserving the innocence in their little hearts. A natural behavior in children. Don't label it as wrong. Let me start with a heartfelt affirmation. When young children self-explore their bodies, it's not a sinful act, not something to be ashamed of, and certainly not a sign of illness or sexual deviance. Sounds surprising, doesn't it? But this is something child psychologists have studied and confirmed. For preschoolers, touching their bodies is sometimes just a way to satisfy curiosity and learn about themselves, much like when they pick their nose or scratch their bottom. I get it. When we witness this, as parents or teachers, it can feel shocking or hard to accept. But if we react too strongly, scolding them or making a big deal out of it, it won't just fail to stop the behavior, it might unintentionally plant fear, shyness, or unwarranted guilt in their hearts. Worse, they might become secretive, sneaking off to explore in private places like bathrooms or hidden corners, which could truly affect their psyche later on. So, I encourage you to approach this with an open heart. It's not something to panic over or judge them for. Instead, maintain a natural, gentle attitude so they feel loved and respected, even as they explore the world in their own way. Awkward moments in the classroom. Now, let me share some stories that I think will surprise you and make you feel seen. These are real experiences from preschool teachers and caregivers, people who, just like parents, sometimes feel just as flustered. There was a 5-year-old girl, new to the school. During nap time, she struggled to sleep, often lying face down on her pillow, rubbing her body or rolling around. When the teacher turned away, she'd slip her hand into her private area and rub. After about 10 minutes, she'd twitch slightly, let out a big breath, and then stretch out to sleep peacefully. The teacher was puzzled. Is something wrong? Why is she doing this? Should I stop her? And if so, how? In another class, a caregiver shared that during nap time, she had to keep an eye on some restless boys. They'd lie on their backs, stare at the ceiling, and fiddle with their private parts with obvious enjoyment. She'd remind them to stop, even lightly tap their hands. But the habit persisted. Once, during a nap check, she found a boy hiding under his blanket, his hand moving rapidly. When she lifted it, he mumbled, "It feels funny and endearing, right?" Then there were kids who loved rubbing down there against bouncy toys, stair railings, or humping the mattress on their stomachs. When a teacher asked, "Why do you do that?" one replied innocently, "It feels good, teacher." These moments might make us adults blush, but for the kids, it's just a natural part of growing up. Psychologists say about 1/3 of preschoolers exhibit such behaviors. They don't hide it or feel ashamed because, to them, it's no different from yawning loudly or scratching their head in public. It's only when the behavior causes them pain or comes with unusual signs, like withdrawal, aggression, or prolonged sadness, that we should pay closer attention. Otherwise, trust that this is a perfectly normal phase in their development. Supporting your child. How to handle it gracefully. By now, I'm sure many of you are wondering, so what do I do when I see my child doing this? How can I avoid overreacting while helping them move through this phase in a healthy way? Don't worry, we'll figure out a gentle, effective prescription together. First, let me say this. If you catch your child fiddling, don't panic, don't yell, or blow it out of proportion as if they've committed a grave mistake. I once heard about a young teacher who, the first time she saw a student doing this, panicked and shouted, sending the child to stand in the corner. She later regretted it deeply because the child became timid and lost their usual cheerfulness. See how much our reactions can shape their tender hearts. Instead, try these simple, effective approaches. First, reduce triggers. Tight underwear, clothes with strong fabric softener smells, or letting them run around naked too long. Keep them busy with hands on activities like drawing or puzzles so they don't have idle time to mess around. If they struggle to nap, swap the cuddle pillow for a neatly folded blanket, just enough to rest their legs or cover their tummy, rather than something they can rub against. More importantly, if you're a teacher, talk gently with the parents. If you're a parent, chat lightly with your child. Don't keep bringing it up, especially if they're already moving past it. Don't shame them. Educator Maria Montessori once said, "What children see is not only remembered but becomes part of their soul." A harsh word today could leave a mark on their heart tomorrow. If you're still concerned, take them to a pediatrician to rule out health issues, like itching from infections or tight foreskin in boys. But above all, stay calm and loving. Our kids are growing, learning to understand themselves, and what they need most is our compassionate support.